Cari amici, buonasera ed eccoci finalmente giunti al tanto atteso appuntamento con la prima puntata dei Segreti di Twin Peaks per la regia di David Lynch. Vi auguro una buona visione.
Good morning. Insieme a me or simply, 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 or simply David. Yesterday they were not by David Lynch. It's January 9th, 2025 and it's Thursday. Happy Peaks pilot here in Italy. To everyone. Yes, Acton 1991, but 34 years ago, the series had for the first time air on Channel 5. The past I already shared some videos with about this. In Naples, today once again totally cloudy. Yes, white cloudy sky at in general, and also Siemens. The still now it's at the moment, and there is also a wine. I think if you don't know very cold, yes, I'm most sure it's early afternoon practically, noon and 59 Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. This means this is really cold, like Sicilia and cold si cascaccia si in fact winter period since the course of the second most of the years as a rapture non remember che poi cosa un po' di shine prese così I'm sure so ora si vede remember this thing così it's also said that Simona can see a purpose fact that people should watch my videos it's better anyway perhaps a paradox for you for me and I did invest to do an evaluation also for the winter and also for the spring and autumn And the summer factor spring and autumn also usual adjective soft for the summer and adjective hot, so similar to Sigis and Casicagity, the Ziggard the Gis at for me was a figure of Absolute and complain. As any fabulous it's a good, winter and winter few weeks ago, and in general it's a good. At the same time, thanks to a middle, the better 2 points of a middle, I follow the Wim of Middle is Dutch at is 2 points I follow in some years, and these points are cold showers, if not freezer, and clothing, wear as little clothing as possible. I think to these points I always try to fight the cold, and for this I feel little less than the other people. So thanks to this, but also in general, from a general point of view, in fact, apart from last year, in the past years, I didn't notice, remember, winter like this, and the first part of winter like this, with this like this. So for my fact, the fact that I try to fight the cold in these 2 points, 2 points, and the general condition, general point of view, right, for me the temperature is good. I don't know if the other people with the same sensations, judgment or so for me, but probably it's really I think of no, because for example think of cold showers, it's a bit impossible. Generally people do hot showers, so I don't know, this depends on them. Still about atmosphere today, absolutely I can say same thing just for the case it's bad, but it's the same, fa can be free, that's not famous. In the afternoon, I think at the temperate I repeat as just before. If you never finish, but the important thing is the atmosphere, to anticipate. Just record the video. Yes, I need to learn the room the resource continuously. In fact, this in general, I think she così most perfect, in fact, I suppose. And as soon as I repeat the material, so according to Tari, the ring created will become more obscure, dark, till the end of the day, and also that could ring, but as well as the intelligence of it, because we said, clear, bad, so she's quindi c'è da cortile questo yes, because in the story now the person is room and cortile so using so sweat. The only difference in the color of the flowers was the color of the second was yellow or gold, while the first one was pink, and this if it's not pink it's similar to pink. And then if you notice, because attraverso il rosso si vede lungo, tipo quindi è lungo, insomma, more than 2 years. So new for this in Korea, because in fact we have them it's more than 2 years, and also with also beautiful painter managed that also very near the enemy, but in general for me better visible and sentire inizio anzi non si vede in genere. As you can the shooter was behind the potential not visible, but in general better visible and sentire inizio non si vede non si vede in genere. Finally, from me you cure X14 APG 635. Also this is in the imagination. Stiamo di people for the person. As the giving it well. So I'm going to miss it. Also myself to last some skill. And finally I hope you get the breakfast. Today it's late. Yes, in general slightly late for my house. Adesso infatti anche lì le ore mi informano se poi porta se tu si fa le ore ragazzi sembra nato su tu sei salito in fatto una breakfast internet hai startato di internet pattern di fitto su veste ultimo secondo basta di ogni anniversario ogni altro verso in sito fa sembra nato su te so se finché detto regola di seguito sembra nato su te su sarà ciò poi tu repeat late in general slightly late as regards the regola. But today bit later regarding slightly later regarding my bit just trolley obviously pure just trolley noon and 19 insieme a me consiglio e che fa Presenza fedele from the Saturn New mythical short Saturn New biscuits. Particular I recommend the Palm Serious. Spectacular choice to the new shot in the milk, not only you consider coffee rosé, but also the Nesquik chocolate and the Nicolas breakfast. It's always above. Inside is so beautiful, very bitter. Recommend particularly this Italian Palm Serious are very spectacular. Anzi, tomorrow I suppose, fermented in fact, al momento il tomorrow ho toccato il leppe, now I will see.
Good morning. It's November 12, 2021, and if you can believe it, it's a Friday once again here in LA. A sunny morning with a very strong breeze blowing. 63 degrees Fahrenheit, around 17 Celsius. Today I was thinking about Not